We're working with sums and differences of trig functions, and in this particular case, they want us to find the cosine of a minus b. And they have told us that the cosine of a is 60 over 61. Now, if you remember back to your early trigonometry days, you learned something like cosA. And what this represented was that cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So what that means is that this side is 60 and the hypotenuse is 61. And then they tell us here's B. Tangent, that's this T, that's this tangent, is opposite over adjacent. So for angle B here, the opposite side must be 12 and the hypotenuse must be 35. So now we also need the formula for the cosine of a minus b. It is the cosine of a times the cosine of b plus the sine of a times the sine of b. So we're going to need to know the cosine of b. We already have the cosine of a. And we're going to need to know, we actually already have, wait, I didn't do this right, tangent. It's opposite over adjacent. This should be down here. Okay. Gosh, I'm so sorry. So this is opposite over adjacent. So we don't know the cosine or the sine of b, but we can figure it out by doing the Pythagorean theorem. So we're going to say that 12 squared plus 35 squared equals this is 144 plus 35 squared is 1, 2, 2, 5. And then when you add those together, you get that this equals 1,369. Now, we'll take the square root of that. I got to turn my phone sideways so that I can get to my square root button. I need the square root of 1,369. And that is 37. So we're going to do the square root of this, which is the square root of this, which is the square root of this, which equals 37. You can do a quick fact check. That should be bigger than either of these. So now we know that because we know the hypotenuse here, we know that And likewise, we need to find the opposite side here. And so we're going to take 61, which is C, and square it, and subtract off the 60 squared, and we'll be left with the opposite side squared. So if I go 61, this is squared, it is 3721 minus 60 squared is 3600. And so that leaves us 121. And then we square root all of this and get that this is 11. That's what the opposite side here equals. Just like the hypotenuse here was 37. And so now I can say that I know that the cosine of A, which was given, is adjacent over hypotenuse, while the sine of A is opposite, which is 11 over the hypotenuse. And now I just put them together in this formula down here. I need the cosine of A, which is 60 over 61, times the cosine of B, which I found out is 35 over 37, and then plus the sine of A we had to figure out, but it was 11 over 61. That should be a 6. Times the sine of B, which we had to figure out, which is 12 over 37. Okay, so now the common denominator here would be 61 times 37, which is 2257. And then 60 times 35 is 2100. That's this top. And then we're going to go plus 11 times 12, which is 132. Okay, so it looks like our answer is 2,232 over 2,257. Now, that is approximately divided by, that is approximately 0.9889. I'm out of space. 0.989. And you can check that if you put your calculator in radian mode. We can figure out what A is. So A, because I can do the cosine inverse of 60 over 61. So I want the cosine inverse of 60 over 61. And in radians, this angle is 0.1813. These will be approximations, but it can be done. And then B is the tangent inverse of 12 over 35. And that in radians is 0.33. There should have been a 0 in front here. .3303. Remember, these are approximations. Now, we're supposed to find the cosine of A minus B. So, A minus B is A minus B. I'm going to get the exact ones. Oh, I seem to have lost my original. So what I needed originally was the cosine inverse of 60 over 61, because I want to use exact. Now, I want to know what is 0.1813 minus 0.3303. And this is negative 0.1489758. Now, if I add 2 pi to that, I'll go around the circle again. So, because this is going to be a positive number, as long as we're checking it. So this is a co-terminal angle. So let me add 2 times pi. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's not do that. Let's just find the cosine of this. Okay, right? We're looking for the cosine of A minus B. So we're looking for the cosine of this. We don't have to go around the circle. And besides, let's see if it checks out. Okay, so we expect it should equal 0.9889 with a little bit of rounding error. So let's find the cosine of this negative 0.1489. And I get that it is 0.9889. So that was a long way to check it. But we know for sure we got the right answer. Now, the last thing I want to do is make sure that that fraction doesn't reduce. Nope, that's as reduced as it gets. And I'm pretty sure that your teacher or professor is going to want the exact answer. So that means this is the answer that should be given. Thank you.